Ellen DeGeneres is known for her cheeky sense of humor and the way she brings out the funniest in her guests. The Ellen Show's had endless moments of unintentional comedy, often leading to viral videos and even media coverage. In this video, we're giving you a roundup of the funniest moments that we've seen on Ellen's show. Make sure to watch all the way to number 1. You won't believe that actually happened. Gladys the Famous Caller. Probably one of the funniest calls on live television. Gladys from Austin, Texas called Ellen on her show, complaining that a plant base behind her was very distracting and needed to be moved. The conversation's hilarity came mostly from the fact that this woman got to talk to Ellen DeGeneres, and all she could do was complain about a plant. Whatever it was, it struck a chord with Ellen, who began to phone her on her show. One time, Gladys famously said that, "I love Jesus, but I drink a little." Ellen meets the apparently kid. Back in 2016, a child was on live television talking about how apparently theme park rides just makes him dizzy, and how apparently it's the first time he's been on live television. He gained a lot of admirers thanks to his interview, and he even got invited to the Ellen Show multiple times. Apparently, he was a good enough guest to come back on the show. He got to meet dinosaurs and complained about his hotel's TV. Snoop Dogg made an appearance on Ellen's show discussing the release of his new cookbook, which is called, believe it or not, From Crook to Cook. Ellen asked whether there were any marijuana-induced recipes in there, to which the answer was surprisingly no. Snoop also talked about his friendship with Martha Stewart. The pair grew to be close friends thanks to his secondhand smoke. Snoop is so close to Martha that every single time he visits, he usually ends up staying at Martha's place. Who knew secondhand smoke was a way to form life-lasting friendships? The pair made an appearance together in 2016 to demonstrate their cooking skills. The back of Johnny Depp's head. When Johnny Depp came to the Ellen Show, he was put on the hot seat by the host and was asked which part of his body he likes the best. A comedically awkward conversation ensued, and Depp said that he liked the back of his head the most. Ellen, surprised, asked him why, to which he replied that it's because he can't see it. When he did see it, it gave him a tinge of excitement. The game went on and Ellen asked Johnny where's the strangest place he's hooked up with someone. Long pause followed, after which Johnny hesitantly said, the back of his trunk. Leo's bad luck. The Oscar-winning phenomenon has had some deadly experiences in its time. And no, we're not talking about getting attacked by a bear. This is real life. Leonardo DiCaprio shared an interesting story on The Ellen Show, telling how one time he was on a plane when he noticed one of the engines catch on fire. He was apparently the only one who noticed, and when he screamed out asking what the hell was going on, a stewardess came up to him and calmly replied that they seemed to be having some slight problems. Leo talks about his near-death experience like it was a flat tire. Stay safe, Leo. Man flu. Ricky Gervais famously introduced the world to a new kind of disease on The Ellen Show, the man flu. He goes on to explain how whenever he has the flu, he says he won't make it to Christmas. He got the saying from his grandmother. Ricky went on to say, "My nan used to say that. My nan said that for about 20 years. She used to say, I won't see Christmas." She was right eventually. Classic Ricky. He went on to talk about his new stand-up special, which served the purpose to let people know how terrible of a species they are. A man ahead of his time. It's pronounced Hassan Minhaj. Hassan and Ellen bonded by having their names mispronounced by people. Hassan went on to explain how it's not that hard to get it right, and Ellen did after a couple tries. While for Hassan, his name would turn into Hassin or Hussein, Ellen heard names like DeGeneres or Degenerate. If Ellen can make people get it right, maybe there's hope for Hassan too. He also talks about how he would go to the library in college when he was actually performing gigs as a stand-up comedian. Kelly Pickler's fire ant story. You know when Kelly Pickler starts a story with, "I was driving," it's about to be a good one. Kelly Pickler shared a funny anecdote about her stopping at an interstate to go to a truck stop when she accidentally stepped on some fire ants. What followed was immense pain, a lot of scratching, and Kelly giving herself what she called a bath. The story got more than a few laughs from Ellen herself. Kelly had to ride back home with pain and a newfound hatred of fire ants. Kanye West failing to understand the 5-second rule. A popular segment on The Ellen Show is the 5-second rule. Guests are asked questions, and they usually have to give 3 answers before the 5-second clock times out. Simple, right? Maybe Kanye didn't really get it. On his appearance, he was asked 5 things he does when no one is watching. He answered, smile, and for the remaining 4 seconds, he just smiled at the audience. On the next question, he was asked 3 things that get him in trouble with his spouse. He just replied, the internet. He's a man of few words. When Ellen asked him whether he's considered having a board of directors to filter the tweets he puts out, he replied, what's the point of thinking? Truly a revolutionary mind. That's a wrap for our list of funniest moments on The Ellen Show. Did we miss out on your favorite moment? Tell us all about it in the comments. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more similar content. See you in the next one.